How do you pronounce this word? Hi, it's Lee. Welcome to another Learn English with Lee Common Mistakes video. And this video is looking at a very common pronunciation mistake. Okay, it's between two sounds which sound very similar, but there's a very important difference. And the sounds are I and E. If we look at the phonemes, okay, I and E, the difference is that E has two dots, okay, two dots. These dots, when we look at English pronunciation symbols, the phonemes, means that the sound is long, okay? So when we use English vowels, we have two categories. We have short vowels and long vowels. So actually, these two sounds, they're like brother and sister. They're very similar, but the only difference is, and it's an important difference, one of them is short, one of them is long. This is difficult for lots of students because lots of languages don't have this short, long vowel difference. So it's important because there are lots of words in English where the spelling or the pronunciation is nearly the same. But if you use a short vowel, it's one word, and if you use a long vowel, it's a totally different word. So let's think of an example. If we say ship, ship, okay? We have a ship. If we keep the sh and the p, but we change it to e, we get sheep, sheep, totally different. To be honest, usually if you're talking to your friends, then people understand. The context of the sentence makes you understand. But there are some words in English where the student will accidentally say a bad word in English. For example, this is a beach, a beach. Everybody likes to go to the beach, right? Beautiful beaches in my country, for example, but lots of students say itch, bitch. And this is a very rude word in English. It's a very negative word for a woman, okay? So sometimes the student wants to say one word, but they accidentally say another word, a bad word, and it can be very, very embarrassing. Another good example is we talk about a piece of paper, or we say a sheet of paper. Sheet, sheet. But the student will sometimes say e as I, and we get it, shit. And that's a very bad word in English. Okay, so it can be very embarrassing when you want to say, teacher, can I have a new sheet of paper? And everybody will laugh and the teacher will laugh and it can be very embarrassing. Okay, so let's try a quick listening activity. Okay, so I've got two words. Okay, number one is cheap. Number two is chip. Okay, number one, cheap. Number two, chip. I want you to listen very carefully and tell me what number do I say. Do I say number one, cheap, or number two, chip? Okay. Chip. Chip. Did you get it? Okay, this was short vowel. This was number two. Let's try again. So number one, cheap. Number two, chip. Okay, cheap, chip. Cheap, chip, chip, cheap. 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 Did you hear it? This was number one. Cheap. Long sound. Okay, let's try two more. Chip. Chip. hear it? This was number 2. Short vowel. Whew, okay, not bad. Good. One more. Cheap. Cheap. Did you hear it? That was a long vowel. That was number 1. Whew, okay, well done. Not an easy exercise, but if you can hear it, it actually makes it easier for you to say it. Okay, so that's a very important point. And then when you are trying to say it, again, the difference is length. The mouth is the same, just make the sound longer. E, e. So when you want to say an E, so when you want to say this, exaggerate. Make the difference more extreme when you talk. So teacher, my country has many beautiful beaches. Beaches. Okay? So really exaggerate. Make that difference really extreme. At the beginning, it will sound a little bit strange. But pronunciation is a physical thing, and you need to train your mouth to recognize these two different sounds. Like going to the gym to train your body, you need to train your mouth for pronunciation. So when you're saying a word with a long vowel, sheep, cheap, beach, sheet, really exaggerate and make that long sound very long, okay? It will sound a little bit strange, but it's the perfect tip to help your mouth remember the difference between these two sounds. Okay, so be careful, because nobody wants to say embarrassing, bad English words when they're trying to have a conversation. Okay, so I really hope this video has helped you. Let me know in the comments section if you have any questions. Remember to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.